Assalamualaikum. Today we are going to interview one of the great scholars in economics, which she experts in various economic school of thought, especially Islamic economics. So she is a 4 consecutive year Nobel Prize winner. Her name is Prof. Emeritus Dr. Sara Mohamed. So without further ado, let's go. Hi, Prof.
Yes?
Can I ask a few questions about Islamic economics?
Yes, sure. Let's go.
Right. Alright, so first question. For a long time, conventional economics have existed as the primary model of modern economics. Do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree with this, and there is no denial that conventional economics have established themselves permanently in the modern economy and made a name for themselves in this field.
And why do you think so? Is there a particular reason for why this happens?
In general, I would say that rigorous process of development has been put in for over more than a century, which results in a well-developed and sophisticated discipline. The development continues uninterrupted, as we can see is reflected in the publication of innumerable journals, books, and research reports throughout the world. Not only that, individuals, universities, research organizations, and governments are all actively participating in this development. It goes to the credit of the West, I would say, because it is apparent that there's a great quest for knowledge.
I see. That is easy to grasp, but is this to say that Islamic economics is doing the opposite of this? Is there any reason why Islamic economics is not making their presence in the modern economy as much as conventional economics?
As we all know, there was a great quest for knowledge in Islamic economics. However, I would say it was all in the past if we could compare to the effort being put in by the West today. Islamic economics had its resurgence only over the last 3 to 4 decades. That too, as compared to conventional economics, the number of individuals, universities, governments, and research organizations participating in its development is relatively small.
Now that you put it into comparison, I can see what you mean. I believe that lack of framework is also a challenge for Islamic economics today. Do you agree with this?
Absolutely, you got it right. If you look into this discussion deeply, I would say one of the specific reasons of why Islamic economics is having a difficult time making their presence in modern economy is because of the lack of framework and a strategic vision. Although numerous works and research have been done for decades in developing the Islamic economic system, there has yet been the conclusive and official Islamic economic framework that is precise and cohesive that makes Islamic economic system an easy discipline to be referred to. It is not to say that there has never been any foundation in realizing this. Because Islam has provided the values, many Islamic scholars have established the economic ideas and operational aspects way before conventional scholars did. However, no determinative effort is done to create an aggregate information that makes a complete framework as a guiding principle of Islamic economics. This not only makes it difficult for the Muslims themselves to progress their own value-based discipline, but it's even more difficult for the non-Muslims and conventional people to acknowledge and adopt the Islamic economic system.
Thanks for the explanation. That is something that we need to work on, I see. Other than what you've mentioned, is there any other factors that have yet to be pointed out that challenge the development of Islamic economic system?
Yes, there are still lots to work on, but to name a few, the pace of and coverage of research in Islamic economics is a challenge, both author and idea-wise.
What do you mean by this? Could you give an example?
In 2008, there has been a research done on the prior 30 years of history of Islamic economic thought research, and the result had seen specific language, region, and period being focused on, which are Arabic, the Middle East, and time frames up to the 9th and 15th centuries respectively. One of the major issues is that emphasis was placed on a select group of individuals. For example, I can give you is that Ibn Khaldun, Ibn Taymiyyah, and Al-Ghazali. While works of some intellectuals have been written about repeatedly, but many others have gotten little or no attention. Some other instances are that there is no English language literature available on the economic theories of Muhammad Al-Hasan Al-Shaybani, the author of Kitab Al-Kas. Also scholars like Izzuddin Ibn Abdul Salam, Ibn Jawzi, Ibn Al-Hajj, and many more. While region-wise, focus of research on the history of Islamic economic thoughts has mostly been on the Middle East. Scholars from other regions like former Andalusia, West Africa, Turkey, Persia, Southeast Asia, and the Far East have not been the focus of research. While language-wise, most research have focused on certain language only, like Arabic. There are not that many reports and academic studies written in Turkish, Persian, or other spoken Muslim languages.
Wow, now that you put it that way, it is clear to me on how lacking the development of Islamic economics have been, and definitely there's a lot of work that needs to be done if we want to catch up with the conventional economics. Okay, enough of the pinpointing of the issues. If there have been all these issues, why are we challenging the Islamic economics to be the guiding economic system of the modern society?
We are advocating for the Islamic economic system to be the forefront of modern economy for many reasons. One of them is because Islam is essentially distinct from the modern economy, which is mainly based on the capitalism, socialism, or communism system. What sets Islamic economics apart from this is the moral code. This moral code is none other than the Quran and Sunnah.
Oh, the Sharia laws. Alright, I see where this is going.
Yeah, I know you understand what I'm trying to bring forward. In Islam, we hold that Sharia is God's unifying moral rule and that all moral and legal laws should ideally derive from it. In easier words, the Sharia laws or the Quran and Sunnah is the root of all the Islamic economic thoughts. This moral code that is derived from the Quran and Sunnah is holistic and serve the more important purpose, which is society. But also at the same time not neglecting individuals' needs and spirit. Through this understanding of how the Islamic sources make up the overall comprehensiveness of the Muslims' day-to-day life, it is no difficult feat to understand how the Islamic economics framework and development throughout the centuries are all derived based on this same basis. It is not to say that the conventional economics is not touching the same values, because as we all know, economists like Amartya Sen also talks about the importance of human well-being and the importance of moral values in economics, which is beyond the conventional economics theory that put forth data and sciences. However, in Islamic economics, this moral code serves as the foundation of all the economic ideas that will be derived in the Islamic economic discipline, serving the greater purpose, which I said just now, society and human well-being.
That is a really great idea. I agree with you and support for the continuous improvement and development of Islamic economics. I hope that we all could see the Islamic economic system succeed in becoming the forefront of modern economy one day. Thank you for sharing today.